Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Speedy Claxton. Speedy, how are you?
I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
Uh, Not as great as you are. It's 4 straight wins, 2 wins last week. Coach Claxton, what is going so well for your program right
I mean, I think these guys have found their groove and their chemistry. These guys are learning how to play off of each other. And any given night, it could be a different guy leading us.
Yeah, and you've talked about that a few times lately about the any given night, different guy. And it's kind of been that mentality over the last 4 games, really, whether it was Omar with the ridiculous night he had, whether it was Zach Cooks early in the season or recently, and then Aaron Estrada this week. Really, that trio has kind of keyed this 4-game swing, hasn't it?
Yeah, honestly, from game to game, I don't know who's going to be the guy. Like you said, Omar came in. I mean, one game he had 28. Last game he had 16. You know, Jalen's always going to be there. Cooks is always going to be there. And Estrada's been playing fantastic these past 2 games. So, I mean, it's a well-balanced attack, and hopefully it can continue here. You know, we got 5 guys averaging double figures. It's not like it's 5 guys averaging 10 points. Like, these guys are scoring the ball.
Yeah, and you just touched on that one note. 5 guys averaging 12 or more points a game, one of only 2 teams in the nation, Syracuse being the other. That speaks to how dangerous this team can be moving forward and into conference play, right?
Oh, definitely. You know, I don't think any team can play any gimmick defenses like boxing ones or triangle twos, because if you take 1 or 2 guys away, we still have other guys that are more than capable of beating you.
And this past week, you kind of did it in 2 different ways. The Princeton game, you guys jumped out to a huge lead, as you've done a few times this year. And then I'm sure you'd agree, held on the last couple minutes. But then on Saturday, it was kind of I think it was a 6-point game and a half, and you pulled away in the second half. Your thoughts on the 2 games?
Yeah, Princeton game, we jumped out to a big lead, and then we showed a lack of maturity and allowed them to get back into the game. Actually, it was really just our transition day that was bad against Princeton. Once we got them in the half-court set, we were locked in. But it was transition. We would go in, play off 1 foot or have a turnover, and then not run back. And you can't do that. And I try to stress to my guys, like, next play mentality. Like, forget about what happened on the offensive end. You have to sprint back. You can't put us at a disadvantage. And then the Bucknell game, we just came out with no energy and effort. And we saw that we could probably get beat if we didn't pick it up. And to these kids' credit, they picked it up after halftime, and we pulled away.
And touching on the Princeton game, in the absence of Simmons and Eziola, Kayvon Kramer's been incredible for you guys, kind of picking up the slack there at the 5 spot. And he missed the second half of the Princeton game. How much of a role did you think that played in Princeton coming back? He was so good. He was very good in the first half.
Yeah, it definitely played a huge part. We had to play D Stone more at the 5 position, which he's capable of doing, but not at long stretches. That's not where we want to play him. So when we lost Kayvon, and then, that was Bay's first game back, so he didn't have his legs up under him yet. So I think that definitely had a part to play, and hopefully that doesn't happen again. Hopefully we have Kayvon.
Coach Claxton, 2 games on the schedule this week. You don't leave Long Island, though, for either. Big game on Wednesday, the Long Island rivalry at Stony Brook. How do you feel your team looks going into this game? And is it does the rivalry play into it for you guys at all going in, or is it just next game up?
We're confident. We're gonna approach it as it's just another game. Yes, it's a nice little Long Island rivalry. We're playing against the little brothers. But we have to go out there with the right mind frame. We gotta go out there with energy and effort. I hope these kids don't look at Stony Brook's last game. They lost to Wagner pretty bad, I think it means that they're gonna come out with more intensity losing losing like that. But we'll be ready.
And then you return home on Sunday to host John Jay. Your thoughts on the next home game?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to come out and be mature. We can't look down at our opponent and play to the level of competition. We got to come out and play the right way, compete, and take care of business.
And then one more note before we finish. This week, Aaron Estrada is going to be named the CA Player of the Week. Your thoughts on kind of the transformation of him as the years progressed?
I'm happy for him. I don't remember who I was telling, but I told somebody that out of all of our guards, I really need Aaron Estrada to have that game, like that 20-point game. And now he put two of them back to back together. So I'm happy for him. And, when he's playing at that level, it takes our team to a whole nother level, man.
Well, Coach, wish you good luck in your games this week, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Stephen.
And thank you for joining us in the W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach, Speedy Claxton.